right, Mike, we were just talking about before you came on. We went around the room with all the Danuts, and I said, how many pairs of shoes do you think Michael Irvin owns? So, Fritzy?
I said 50.
50. McLovin?
200.
Seton?
250.
250. Paulie?
120.
Okay, I'm going to go 100. Michael, how many pairs of shoes do you think you own?
Oh, God. Probably up in the upper, almost close to 200. Let's just say that number. And shoes. Yeah. I'm here with my barber. He's saying, no, you got more than that. Go higher than that. Go higher. Hey, and my client, and what's so funny, though, DP, let me just show you how good God is, man. And through this great game of football, with all this stuff, concussions coming out and all that, everybody killing my game, I get to walk in my closet. My closet is bigger than the whole house I grew up in. And I had 17 growing up in that house. Man, you can bring out any movie you want. I ain't thinking about you people. I want y'all to know that.
Are you going to go see the movie, the concussion movie?
Listen, I don't think I'm going to go see it. I don't know. I don't have time, first of all, right now. I'll see it when it comes out on one of these other little things that I'll catch on the airplane when I'm flying and ain't got time. But I want the knowledge. I want the knowledge. I hate that it damages and hurt our game and have all the people talking about it when we're doing all that we're doing right now to make the game safer. And I thought, and listen to some people, it's almost like people just want to attack the game, attack the game. And there's so much more knowledge that we still need to learn about this situation. And I think we need to wait. How many times have we heard, hey, guess what? Wheat bread is good for you. It's better than white bread. Then all of a sudden, oh, no. 10 years later, we were wrong. They're all the same. Bread is bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and more knowledge you get, the more and more we will learn about things. I just don't want us making rash decisions.
Well, who's attacking?
And taking away some great things.
Who's attacking the league? What is the motive to attack the league?
Well, come on, DP, stop it now. Stop it. What do you mean who's attacking the league? Once you get to be at the mountaintop, there are no more great stories to talk about you rising up. The only great stories that write are the stories about you falling down. That's just the way our world works. So everybody's going to attack the league with this movie, Concussions, even though we've all turned our attention to the issue of concussions. And that's just part of the business. That's part of being big dog on campus. That's part of being big man.
What did you know going into the NFL about concussions?
I knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. And we, like we said, we called them head dings and all of that stuff. And so when people ask me today how many concussions you have, I say, I don't know. I know I had a few head dings, but which were really concussions. Now that we got more knowledge, we understand that more.
But how concerned are you, that Troy Aikman went through a pretty tough time when it came to concussions?
I'm concerned. I'm concerned when I hear what my good friend Tony Dorsett is going through. I'm concerned when I see what happened with Junior Seau. There's no doubt I'm concerned about it. I think we're all concerned about it. That's why we're doing all the things we can do to make sure that we make the game safer and better for everybody. But also, I just know the great benefits the game brings. Outside of my closet, that's bigger than the house I grew in, it teaches you core values. It teaches you about how to work with others and how to have that your success is tied to others. And those are the things that you're going to need in business. Those are the values you're going to need in family. Those are the things that are just, they're invaluable to teach.
We're talking to Michael Irvin, the Hall of Famer, Cowboys wide receiver. But if you look at your upbringing, you couldn't fail. You couldn't afford to fail because you knew if you did, then you had to go back. You had to go back home. Is that fair? The motivating factor?
Well, listen. If I failed and went back home and to go back home, that wasn't a disturbing thing because everybody at home was already broke. What can they do? Talk about me? You see what I'm saying? That wasn't. I couldn't fail because I had my family that I wanted to get out of the hellhole we were living in. That's all. That's why I couldn't fail. Me failing and going back home around all them other brothers that ain't got nothing, what they gonna say? Man, look at Mike. Man, he didn't make it. I'm gonna say, wait, you didn't even try. Shut up. Get out of my face with that.
Wait, how many kids? How many kids were in the family?
There were 17 of us.
Oh my God! How big was the house?
Or two. That's how big. Steve size. Or two. it was just a sneeze, DP. That's all it was. We would have all the sisters staying in one room and all the brothers staying in one room. And I was the youngest at the time, so I got beat up a lot. And we only had one fan, so I had to go and steal the fan from the girls. And they would wake up, of course, and beat me up. It was just crazy, And this was in Florida. So that's the thing that told me. When I saw a DB across from me, I kept saying, dude, like when people say, Michael's fearless. I said, shut up saying that. I'm scared too. But when Troy called that slant route, Big Mike said, man, I don't want to go get hit. Little Mike said, go get hit or we go back to the ghetto. I ran that slant route.
Your sisters beat you up?
They beat me up quite a bit. It was the youngest. And I would come home, let me tell you what I would do, because we didn't have much food, so we had a box of cereal. That was for tomorrow's breakfast. I would come home at lunch, after school, and eat that breakfast for tomorrow. And of course, when they catch me, they're beating me up. At the time, I would say the whooping is worth the food. I'm gonna eat the food and take the whooping. It helped me learn when I started saying, hey, I'll take the hits for the reception. It was the same thing in my house growing up. I'll take the beat up for the food.
So a butt kicking for Captain Crunch was worth it, or Apple Jacks?
Absolutely, a Frosted Flakes. It was Tony the type of Frosted Flakes with water. We couldn't afford the milk. I ate it with water. I still eat it with water, but it was all worth it then. And I said to my family, as I was eating them cereal with water, they would beat me up. It's okay. I ain't gonna always live like this. I'm gonna get my mama out of here. Now once they stop beating me up, of course. They stopped beating me up physically, but they didn't beat me up in my pocket.
The approach of DeMarco Murray and Adrian Peterson, different but interesting. That DeMarco talks to the owner and complains about Chip Kelly. Adrian Peterson twice calls out his head coach, saying that they got outplayed and outcoached against Seattle. Do you agree with either one of these approaches?
The results and what they say, D. Now, but what we got to see here now, and in Adrian Peterson's situation, I was privy to what happened with Jeffrey Lurie, who I just respect so much, and Lurie, who I respect a great deal, a great deal, a great dude, DeMarco Murray. Adrian Peterson, he also threw himself under the bus. He said he played bad. He put it on everybody. Yeah. He put it on everybody. And Adrian Peterson has been around long enough to know, even though you said all of that, we're going to snatch out one thing and run with it. So you cannot do that. You got to be careful. And it just looks, it looks like it looks after all that he's gone through. Last off season, and actually, hey, Mike Zimmer stood right there for him. I thought Zim did a wonderful job through a very difficult situation of making sure that Adrian Peterson's problem was between the front office and Adrian Peterson, and not him and Adrian Peterson, so he can always come back to the field as his sanctuary.
Before I let you go, it started with Adam Schefter just throwing it out there that maybe in the offseason that the Cowboys would look at Johnny Manziel. Jerry Jones was interested on draft night. If Jerry Jones came to you and said, Michael, I'm thinking about bringing in Johnny Manziel, what would you say?
I would love it. I reach out to Johnny. I pray for him. I'm glad to see that he's trying to do good things. As I said before, I'm not worried about what I see with the little video of him being out. I'm going to tell you something. If you study any program, they will tell you that they make room for relapse within the program, because in the relapse is where you really get the education that, hey, this is not the same for me. You have education about how you've been destroying your body and what you're doing to your body. And then you get that education, and then you go back to it, and you say, wow, this is not the same. That's the growth. True growth comes when you're confronted with a certain stimuli that you used to give one response, and now you start giving another response to. And the only way he's going to give that response is after falling back in it and saying, wow, this ain't me. I would love to see him in Dallas, because here in Dallas, I know the kind of support the fan base gives people who are trying to correct their wrongs because they gave them to me.
I'll let you go back to your haircut. How much do you pay for a haircut?
Man, Shade, he asked me how much I pay for a haircut. Man, I ain't give that up to my brother Shade, man. I ain't for the hair. Shade, I can't put Shade out like that. Shade to charge me an arm and a leg around here. I can't put him out on wax like that, man. This is my man. Can't give you that, DP.
100?
Yeah, at least 100.
At least 100. 150?
At least 100. I take care of him because listen, he comes no matter where I need him to come. Sometimes I'm flying through Fort Dallas at 2 a.m. I say it, meet me at the house. Let's get this taken care of. He gets out of the bed. For that, yes, he does get taken care of.
Oh, so he's getting more. He's got 200, maybe.
He's my man. That's all I need to say. He's my man. Hey, Sid is my man.
Plus, Mike, he knows all the stories too. So he's
and he does know all the story. He is, this is a brother's therapy. The barbershop is a brother's therapy. We refuse to go talk to a stranger and pay them, but we'll come in the barbershop and talk to a whole room of strangers for free and tell all our problems to it. I never understood the lady that went to school for it. She's bound by all kinds of laws that she can't say a word. These brothers in the barbershop, they taking it right to the next dude, and you still do that. I don't understand why we do it, but that's how we do it.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, DP. Love you, man. Good seeing you. Good talk to you always.
Michael Irvin, NFL Network Hall of Famer.